UKV, let's come together to learn.
Hello friends, today we are going to study about the second chapter of biology of class 9, that is tissue, and this video is going to be a short one and only comprises of permanent tissue, its definition, types of permanent tissue, and the simple permanent tissue in brief description. Okay friends, let's start the topics one by one. First one is the permanent tissue. Permanent tissue, actually it is the tissue that comes from the meristematic tissue. As we have already discussed, meristematic tissues are those tissues which have the ability to divide, and permanent tissue do not have the ability to divide, and so they are matured enough and they are called as mature tissue, and they are derived from meristematic tissue. In a simple way, we can define it as the permanent tissue may be defined as a group or collection of living or dead cells. They may be collection of living or dead cells formed by meristematic tissue, and have lost their ability to divide, and have permanently placed at fixed position in the plant body. Second point is that these tissues are made up of dead cells and have lost the power to divide. They do not divide after some time, after its formation, that is permanent tissue. They have a definite shape, size and function, and may be dead or living. Means permanent tissue may comprises of dead tissue or living tissue, and the process by which these cells arise from a meristematic tissue are termed as differentiation, and take up a permanent shape, size and function is called as differentiation. Now these permanent tissues are called simple permanent tissues. There are two different types. Permanent tissues are classified into two groups. First one is the simple permanent tissue, another one is the complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissues. These permanent tissues are called simple because they are composed of similar type of cells which have common origin. They have same, means common origin and function. Okay, they have common origin and function. They are further grouped into three categories. First one is the parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Okay, now the difference about the parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma is that parenchyma is mostly living cells, collenchyma is also living cell, but sclerenchyma is a dead cell. Okay, now the first one is the parenchyma, living cell. It is the basic or the most simple packaging tissue. They are the most simple packaging tissue that fills the spaces between other tissues and is found in the abundant in plant. Means parenchymatous tissues are present abundant in the plant. Now they have unspecialized or undifferentiated cells with thin walls, so they are made up of cellulose. They have large intercellular spaces, means between the cells large intercellular spaces are present, as the cells are loosely packed, and cells have nucleus, dense cytoplasm and large vacuole. Okay, while in case of the collenchyma, they are also the living cells, but they are also living. They are elongated, irregularly thick at the corners, and cellulose or pectin, made up of cellulose or pectin their cell walls. They have very less or no intercellular spaces. You can very well visualize here that between the collenchymatous cells there are no intercellular spaces there, and cells have a nucleus, dense cytoplasm and large vacuole. Okay, These two cells are living cells. And the third one is the sclerenchymatous tissue. Sclerenchymatous tissue is a long, narrow, thick walled cells, and due to the deposition of lignin here, lignin की deposition इसके पूरे cell के चारों तरफ होती है. So that's why there is deposition of lignin. Lignin is a chemical substance which acts as a cementing material and it hardens them. It acts as a cementing material and it hardens the all the different type of cells of the sclerenchyma. And no intercellular spaces are present due to lignin deposition in case of the sclerenchyma. And cells do not have a nucleus and a cytoplasm. That's why they are dead cells. They do not have a nucleus and cytoplasm. That's why they are termed as dead cells. Now, second point of difference between the parenchyma, collenchyma and the sclerenchyma is that parenchyma provides support to plants. Parenchyma of stem and roots, it stores nutrients and water, and that's why they are called as storage parenchyma. And when it contains chloroplast, then the color of the parenchymatous tissue becomes green. That's why they are called as chlorenchyma, and it's a combination of parenchyma and collenchyma. Then in aquatic plants, parenchyma has actually large spaces, air spaces, so that it helps to provide buoyancy to plants to help them to float and exchange gases. It is called as aerenchyma. So it is known as aerenchyma because it helps in the buoyancy, it helps in them float. Now the second one is the collenchyma. It provides flexibility and mechanical support to the aerial parts of the plant, such as leaves and stem, and it allows them to bend. Due to the presence of collenchyma, the plants or the green portion of the plant will tend to bend in the presence of wind. Now, third one is the sclerenchyma. It gives rigidity and strength to the plant, and it makes it hard and tough to bear stress and strain. It is a brown color tissue, and it provides rigidity and strength to the plant. Now you can easily very well understood these topics by this simple diagram. This is the transverse section of parenchymatous tissue. It found in the non-woody or soft portion of the stem, root, leaves, flower and fruit, and they are called as parenchymatous tissue. And while the collenchymatous tissue, they are mostly present in the stalks, leaf stalks below the epidermis of the stems and leaves, and there the deposition is there is no space between them. And the third one is the sclerenchyma, that is dead cells. These cells are found in the stems around vascular bundle. As all of you know, what do you mean by vascular bundle? Vascular bundles are the tissues which are responsible for movement of water, minerals and food materials. They help in the transport of water, minerals and food materials in the plant system. Okay, and then as all of you know, ropes, mat, jute, made up of jute, linen, and they are made up of hemp, used in textiles. So all these materials are formed due to the presence of sclerenchymatous tissue, and they are the further amplification of the sclerenchymatous tissue. And next point is about the recap. You have to write down all these questions. First point or first question related with state the major difference between meristematic and permanent tissue. You know it very well. Name the three simple permanent tissue, which I have already told you: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. State their location and function. In the previous slide I have already discussed it to you. Now differentiate between three different types of simple permanent tissue. It is quite related with the question number 2 on the basis of their cell wall. Which tissue is called the packaging tissue in green plants? You have to search it and write it there. And then which chemical is deposited at the corners of the walls of the collenchyma? Intercellular spaces are absent in sclerenchyma. Why? Water hyacinth floats on water surface. Explain why. You have to mention the role of aerenchyma. Okay, you have to mention the role of aerenchyma here. Now name the tissue that is dead and has no intercellular spaces. Out of these three simple permanent tissue, only one is dead, that is sclerenchyma. Now name the tissue that makes husk of coconut and write its any three characteristics. Husk of coconut is actually made up of sclerenchymatous tissue, and you have to write down any three characteristics of the sclerenchymatous tissue. What is sclerenchyma? I have already explained it to you. How simple permanent tissues are different from complex permanent tissue in plants. I have told you that simple permanent tissue means they are made up of simple or a single one type of cells, while the complex permanent tissues are those tissues which are made up of more than one type of cells. You have to write down neat diagram. You have to write neat diagram of sclerenchyma. Here is the neat diagram showing the transverse and longitudinal section of the simple permanent tissue, and you have to write the branches of trees move and bend freely, explain. Here you have to write down mention the role of collenchyma in it. Okay, in the question number 13 you have to write down the role of collenchyma in it. So in this way, I hope all of you understood all these questions. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and share the channel.